So whether a sabotage has happened has neither been confirmed nor been denied. We have been only told that there is an inquiry that's going to happen. It's going to be an experts-led inquiry. It's going to be a technical subject experts inquiry. The operations head of the railways is going to supervise it. The railway minister would be monitoring it. Now, of course, the prime minister himself would be there. You saw in the pictures how he was taking a debriefing on the technical aspects, some of the technical aspects there on the ground. And obviously, when he comes back, he would be overseeing the developments insofar as the inquiry is concerned. So, yes, this is going to be a long-drawn affair. Remember, in the last 4 or 5 years, we have not seen a railway accident of this scale really happening. And that is because a lot of effort has gone into modernization of the railway network and a lot of repair work, renovation work is happening. The focus has not only been on getting new railway station buildings, and some of them have really come up well, but also the focus has been on improving the tracks. Remember, many of these are centuries-old tracks, so to get them anew and get the technology right. So Kavach rollout is one of them. Unfortunately, in that part of the country, it was yet to be rolled out, and that's the reason why it has become a contributing factor insofar as this particular accident is concerned. We have seen the rollout of Vande Bharat Express trains, which you were mentioning, Niranjan, and those semi-high-speed trains have become possible only because the tracks have improved by and by, and it's happening across the country. So it's a long-term project from about 2 dozen odd Vande Bharat trains. The plan is to have about 100 Vande Bharat trains running across the country over the next couple of years. And obviously that's possible, or that's going to be possible when the tracks are modernized, tracks are new, and they have the capacity to let those high-speed, semi-high-speed trains run, and also to make sure that the signaling systems are advanced, Kavach being part of that. So obviously there would be lessons in these pictures. We are seeing Prime Minister going around the area and taking a look for himself, taking a debriefing from the officials. Remember, he has people around him from the Odisha background. So Dharmendra Pradhan, Union Minister, their Railway Minister, himself, a former Odisha cadre IS officer. Prime Minister's Principal Secretary, P.K. Mishra, is from Odisha, and he's there along with the Prime Minister, his home estate, so to say. And those pictures of Prime Minister and his officers, team of officers and ministers having a look at the accident site. It's an unfortunate tragedy. Those who have lost lives, their families are going to remember this for long. And even those who are injured, they have just about survived, and seriously injured are being treated at Cuttack. In the pictures, we see Prime Minister's Mi-17 chopper taking off. Spent about 40-45 minutes there on the ground, assessing for himself the damage, the tragedy, the scale of the tragedy. And now we are told that he's headed to Cuttack to have a look at the and meet the victims, console them and to understand from them. So some aspects of the accident which might help him understand the situation a little better. And we are going to see Prime Minister's pictures coming in from Cuttack as well. But this tragedy in which we're continuing to send you pictures from Balasore, and we were discussing about how the accident happened. Coromandel Express, which derailed. Some of those derailed coaches hit a goods train. The train was at a full speed of 120 km per hour, which is the maximum typically that these trains run only on certain stretches. So, like, the tragedy was compounded by the fact that this happened. The derailment happened when the train was at its maximum speed, 21 coaches derailing, and many of them jumping onto the opposite track, which led on that track. Bengaluru Howrah Express was it collided with those derailed coaches of the Coromandel Express, and that led to two coaches of the Bengaluru Howrah Express train also derailing. 1,257 reserved passengers aboard Coromandel Express, and there were 1,039 reserved passengers on the Bengaluru Howrah Express, many of them. And apart from that, many would have been unreserved category passengers also. And the pictures that we saw in the morning of the engine jumping and sitting on the goods, on a coach of the goods train, on the freight train, that clearly shows the kind of scale of impact that would have happened. And the derailment, because the train was at a high speed, and that's why the engine jumped and sat on the goods train coach, and that's a jump of something like 10-15 feet, and that gives you an idea of that the scale of the impact that would have happened, which can be seen in the mangled coaches and the bent steel that we are seeing. It's going to be some time before we really understand the full scale of the tragedy. The official numbers as of now stand at